All right, I'll call the meeting to order of Farmington Inland Wetlands Commission for the meeting December 3rd. Call the meeting to order at 7:01. And I'll ask Bruce to take the roll, please.
All right, Ned Stachin,
Here.
Andre Simons, is that him? Richard Berlandi, Rich,
Here,
yep.
I'm here.
David Fox,
Here.
Robert Eisner, Daniel Popovic,
Here.
and Mark Simpson,
Here.
and Elena Carvin.
Here.
All right, let me just pick. I heard a couple things. Make sure Andre's not popped in. All right, you're all set, sir.
Okay. Um, First item on the agenda is Jack Kemper, 20 Mountain Spring Road. The applicant here.
Yes, I think
Yes,
Jack.
yes. Good evening. Good evening.
Good
I,
evening.
I wanted to thank the commission for coming out a couple Saturdays ago to the site. Anna is here, the owner, and Bill Aston is here, the engineer. So for any questions, we can answer them. I think we got some guidance from the commission on that walk. And I'll probably have Bill talk about that. I think a stockpile area was moved, and a couple things. I'll let Bill speak to that, and then we're available for any questions.
Okay, if I don't want you to reintroduce the whole project again, but if you could
Oh,
speak to
sure, sure.
like the details that the town staff raised and how you address them, and then you'll go from there.
Yeah, I think I'll let Bill talk to them because I think they were engineering things.
Mostly, yes.
Okay,
And
yeah, Bill Aston from Buck and Buck Engineers. Um, the changes that we made to the plans based on staff comments are we took away the stockpile and replaced it with a pump discharge basin. And we added some notes that all the excavated material will be directly placed into a truck and hauled off of site rather than stockpiling it. And I just saw Bruce's new comments, and he'd like the hay bales not only staked but sort of dug down into the ground a little bit to prevent the water from just flowing under them. It will flow through them anyway, and then along the grass surface between the pump discharge and the swale that's to the north across wetland soil, but it's all grass, so that will be a good media to take out any silt that gets through the hay bales. There'll probably be a little discolorization during the process, but those fines are so fine that even a hay bale won't take them out. But with the, we've got about 30 feet of grass for it to flow through to. So that should do a pretty good job of cleaning up the pump discharges. And I think the only other thing is that the pump chamber will be able to be used for not only the foundation excavation, but also the excavation for the proposed propane tank.
And I'll just add that I think we talked about having a pre-construction meeting with town staff that we've agreed to for before the foundation goes in.
Right, and that's noted on the plans too, and part of the construction notes that we added.
just so the commission knows, we just received these plans last night, so I didn't send these out as it was too late. So these are the plans I have up on the screen now.
Okay. Um, the are you completed your one questions?
Sure.
Unless you have any questions for me, I don't really have anything more to say. I think we
Okay.
agreed with everything that was presented last time and the input we got on the sidewalk. So I think we're pretty much all set.
Near the end of, well, during the site walk, we made a note of the two trees that were being removed. And then a little later on, we discussed if it would, the possibility of including a tree, installing a tree somewhere in the location, working with town staff of, what would be best for, natural, the natural and protection of the wetlands.
I
Did,
think I think, Anna, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that we think that's a good idea.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I
okay,
agreed with that. And we discussed that we would get some expert who would help us, choose a variety that would do well in that location as well.
yeah, it is very wet, so it
Yeah,
need some will work better than others.
yeah.
Okay, and the other thing we discussed is on the installation of the tank. Uh, well, the excavation and the installation of the tank. Is that do you have a method to remove the water from the hole as it comes in, but not directly into, it's going to have to be, because it's going to be very muddy water. Um, is there an operation that you've determined to help dewater that hole and, before the tank can get put in? And if it would include, you know, um, some sort of filter for the water before it goes back into the wetlands.
We'll use a sump pump, dewatering pump out of that excavation and pump it into the uh, pump discharge pit. So we'll use it for both the propane tank and for the foundation.
Okay. All
And
right.
they'll just over excavate it, put stone in, and then continue with the excavation. And it will probably require some kind of hold down pad too. And we'll be working with the propane supplier to come up with all of those details.
Um, and if, I don't know what the schedule is like, but if the tank is going to be done before or after, actually by the looks of it, the tank will have to be done first. So
Yeah.
you're going to have a pre-construction meeting for the tank and the addition. If it's
I would suspect it could be one meeting.
okay, well, if they're done consecutively, yes. If they're not done consecutively based on weather, based
Sure.
on whatever,
Sure.
then if I'd just like to see them both done. Okay. Uh, that's all I had. I'll let's pull the commission and see what any of that. Did Andre come in, Bruce?
No, I have not
Okay.
seen him yet.
All right. Rich Berlandi, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay. Dave Fox.
Yeah, I just had one. I was looking at the town GIS and it shows that the site is within probably two natural diversity database sites on the DEEP website. So I was just wondering if anybody had contacted DEEP regarding that situation.
I have not.
We have not.
The database contains areas where there are locations of endangered threatened species or species of special concern, and you should be contacting them. They would identify what those species are and provide recommendations for mitigation measures or best management practices while you're constructing the project. I think since I've worked there, they now have a portal that you could apply online, provide your project information, and they'll get back to you with the identification of the species and those best management practices. So I recommend that you do that.
So that's the NBBD
Yep.
website, right?
Right. Yep. Natural Diversity Database.
Is that part of DEEP, Dave?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's in the Wildlife Division.
all right.
Writing it down.
I'll help you with that, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Dan Popovic. Dan, am I saying your name right? Popovic?
You are.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any questions?
I do not at this time.
Okay. Mark Simpson?
No questions.
Alana Carveth?
No questions.
Okay. I have a question for you, Bruce. What's your comfort level on this only getting the plans yesterday? Do you think that if we were to pass this, we could put the stipulation that they need to continue to work with town staff?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine if we just, what I would suggest is that the order would be to determine the significance and then vote on the matter. I have a note here to possibly include the conditions of approval that I have in the agenda review. And that would be items B through G. And I would include the two that came up today regarding the installation of I think it was one tree in replace of the two trees being cut, and also just contacting NDDB. So I'm fine if we put this all into one.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, let's go through. I'll poll the committee and see if I know we discussed it a little bit at the site walk, but we didn't come to a complete decision. So let's see if people think that this is a significant activity, in which case we would need a public hearing. I don't think it is, but let's see what the rest of the commission feels. Rich?
I do not think this is significant.
Okay. Dave Fox?
I agree.
Dan Popovic?
I wasn't at the sidewalk, but after reading the notes and reading the application, I agree.
Okay. Mark Simpson?
Non-significant.
Alana?
I think because we have yet to know exactly what species is in the National Diversity Database that is in this area, I think this is potentially significant.
Okay. Well, we are going to include the stipulation, the two added stipulations, one with the tree, and as Bruce said, one requiring that they do contact DEEP and work with whatever recommendations are to protect that, whatever species that DEEP might have in mind there. So I think we're covered, but I'm sorry, did I forget to ask you if you had any questions?
You asked me if I had questions. I didn't
Okay,
have any
all right.
questions.
All right. So,
Excuse me, Chair.
yes,
Point of order. I just realized that we didn't appoint Elena to fill in for Commissioner Eisner. So
oh, you're right.
just noticed. I just forgot that. Sorry.
Okay, I'll, as chair, I will appoint Alana to fill in for Robert Eisner tonight.
And then Commissioner Eisner, Simpson has sorry, Simons has signed in, so he's on as well.
Okay,
So we have a full boat.
Apologies for the delay.
very
No
good.
problem.
No problem. Have you listened to this? Do you think this is significant?
I have listened to this, and after the sidewalk and talking with some others, I do think that it really does depend on the list of species. But if they do work with the town and that stipulation is added in to take that into consideration, I am more than willing to have it go ahead.
Okay. All right, so first off, we'll have a vote. Chair will entertain a motion that this is not a significant activity and that with respect to the fact that their Deep will be contacted under the town staff's guidance and they will agree to adhere to the deep requirements. Okay, so I will I don't need a motion. I just need a motion that this is not a significant activity.
So move, Mark.
Okay.
Second, Rich.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Since there is different opinions, I will poll the committee. Ned Stachin says no. Andre Simons,
Pending approval with the town, like I said, no. If that needs to be if that needs to be delineated, then yes, it is significant.
Yeah, let's back up. So the motion is that it is non-significant. So it's either a yes or a no. So if you're in favor of it being a non-significant, then it should be a yes vote. And if you're not, then it's a no vote. So just so we're clear, Chair.
yes.
Okay, then I'll put yes.
Okay, Rich,
I would say no.
the motion was that this is not a significant activity.
Mhm.
So a yes is agreeing that this is not a significant activity. A no is a vote saying that you do think this is significant activity.
Okay, I do not believe it's a significant activity. So
All right, so that's a yes. Dave,
I mean, yes as well.
Dan,
I vote yes.
very good. Mark,
Yes, it's non-significant.
okay. Alana,
Yes.
okay. All right, so that motion passes and now this is where I miss Robert Eisner. He's good at making these long motions. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the applications in light of the plans only coming in yesterday. We will require that items B through H be included and be adhered to for approval.
B through
And two
G.
additional items, and that is the planting of a tree to replace the two trees removed, and that they contact Deep about any requirements due to endangered species. And Bruce can help them with that and follow up that they have gone ahead and met the requirements if there are any for species. Does that sound accurate, Bruce?
Just to clarify, it's items B through G, not H.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right. B through G.
Mhm.
And the two items we added. So can I get a motion to that effect, please?
Dave will make that motion.
Andre will second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstain? Motion passes. Good luck with the addition.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
All right, next item on the agenda. 108 Wood Pond Road. Is the applicant here?
Yes. Yep, give me 1 second. Let me just close off a couple things here. Here we go. All right. Application's up on the screen. You can, well, if you want to give a brief overview. I'm not sure who was here last week or at the last meeting.
Okay, yeah. So I'm Kevin Stavely O'Carroll. I'm here with my wife Julie, and you can see in this drawing here we have a shed that is 8 by 10, and we've proposed putting an addition onto it. And if you look at the entire footprint, and you see the addition, we started it before we figured we had to ask for approval. So you can see it there, the pictures. And the footprint of the addition is less than 200. It's 18 by 8. But when we were talking about it last time, we were taking into consideration the size of the roof because, you know, that would displace more water. So that's what some of the confusion was. We'd like to get approval for this and then a dock to come out from it. If you go, well, the dock, yeah, if you go back to the initial drawing, it'll show you where the proposed dock is. And that was approved by our group here, the lake community, and it was agreed that it would be 20 feet away from the hedge line, so it, you know, didn't interfere with our neighbor's privacy.
Okay. All right. I think we learned all we needed to learn. I learned all I needed to learn at the site walk. So let me, I don't have any further questions. I'll go through, all right, so I will go through and ask for questions. And also, if you ask a question, also let us know what you think about the significance, if this is a significant or non-significant. All right, Andre, questions?
I do not have any questions, and I do not think it's significant since it's under the size requirements.
Okay. Rich Berlandy,
I don't have any questions and I don't consider this significant.
okay. Dave Fox,
I missed the site walk, but it looked like from the picture that the pond has been drawn down.
yes.
And I assume that the dock is going to be put in while the drawdown is ongoing.
That's what we're hoping once we get the approval. That's certainly our goal.
Okay, that's good. I don't think it's a significant activity. That's all I have.
Okay. Dan Popovic,
I also was not at the site walk, but in reviewing the documents and seeing the pictures, I do not think it's significant. I have no further questions.
okay. Mark,
I see this is not significant and I have no questions.
okay. Alana,
I have no further questions, and I think this is not significant.
okay. Bruce, is it okay for the that we poll the non-significance, or should I get a motion and have a vote?
Just, you can just do the motion and the vote.
All right,
If something happens and there are some no's, then we could just go back and pull. So, all right?
okay. All right, Chair will entertain a motion that this is not a significant activity.
So moved.
Second, Rich.
Okay, motion's been made and second that this is not a significant activity. So all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. All right, Bruce, did you have any other last minute recommendations on this? I think we pretty much discussed everything.
I'll have, the only ones I have is B and C of the agenda review, which has to do with erosion control and, notifying the town of Farmington to come out to do an inspection. And if you guys want to add in that, the comment by, Commissioner Fox regarding the, timing while the water is drawn down.
Okay. Okay, so the chair will entertain a motion to approve the applications with the town staff items B and C included and motion that this be done while the pond is drawn down. If it, well, we'll say if at all possible. What do you think, Dave? Do we should make it an absolute requirement, or do you want to do it as efforts, but and leave it up to the town?
How would it be done if there's water there? Well, what's the,
Yeah.
are they
All right, we'll make it a
driving
requirement.
Are they driving piles, excavating?
Yeah, they should have plenty of time.
Okay.
We'll make it a requirement. Okay. All right, so Chair and Tim motion to have approve the application with the town staff items B and C and the committee requirement that this be done while the pond is drawn down. Can I get that motion, please?
So move, Mark.
second,
All right, motion's been made and seconded to approve the applications with the said stipulations. All those in favor say aye.
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 I,
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes. All right, very good. Good luck with your dock and patio.
Thank you. I just so I understand, what does the B and C portion mean? Or do we have to do additional things or?
On B was these are what our comments were from Bruce and the town staff as to things. So erosion control shall consist of straw wattles. That means you put like it's a tube made of hay around the construction area. And then the other one was to notify the planning department once all the control measures are in place prior to any start of construction.
That's-
Bruce can go over this with you.
Okay, okay.
We can go over that before you get started. The main thing is that the patio is getting
Yeah.
started, the patio and the dock. Those are the areas that are gonna need it. Okay?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you all very much.
All right.
Have a lovely
Thank you.
holiday. All
You
the
too,
best.
sir.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Okay. 97 River Road, 525 New Britain Ave.
All right, give me a second. Let me close these out. Move on to that one next. All right. All right. Bill, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, I've got two sets of plans. I got the original set here, and then I have that revised set you sent with all the options. So just let me know which one you want me to use.
Let's use the revised ones right now.
All right, let me go. Is there a certain
quickly.
page you want? Is there a certain page you want to be on?
Yeah, let's just use those because that's part of what we discussed in the
Okay.
field. And
All
it
right.
also reflects some of the comments that Bruce, you have made over
Okay.
informally to us. Filled oil, I met the various members of the commission on the site along with other members of the team, Brian Panico from Cole, Ian Cole, our soil scientist, and and Warren Horton, who owns the property now. And you'll recall that this is a 2-acre site. It's in an industrial area. Buildings existed since the early to mid 1970s. We are proposing to construct a storage area, outside storage area, about 14,000 square feet to the north, immediately adjacent to the building. We walked around that area. It's a space that was once approved for a building addition. It's been used for other things informally since then, and our proposal is to pave that and to put in a stormwater system that addresses the entire site. Currently, the property does not have any stormwater attenuation whatsoever. And we would be putting in a system that would collect the water from the newly paved area, collect the water from the roof, and discharge that into a shallow basin that would hold up to the 100-year storm and treat the water quality volume required by DEP. And we're also creating a water quality swale parallel to New Britain Avenue that will pick up all of the water from the existing parking lot in front of the building, and then that discharges into the larger basin. We have a wetland to the east side of the site, which is that area that is cross-hatched on the plan, and we're proposing a conservation easement across that area. And at this point, we are proposing no wetland disturbance. We're working in the upland review area in previously disturbed soils. When we were on the property, we walked over to the back of the building and looked at a slope that was covered with invasive species and a lot of Japanese knotweed. Bruce is showing us the back of the building. And we had a discussion out there, and the amended plans that we're looking at there, we see the Japanese knotweed that is covering that slope. And I have added to the erosion control plan, to the tree preservation plan, and the planting plan, the discussion that we had in the field, where I would like to see all of that knotweed removed as much as possible. So we've put a program in place to cut, treat with an appropriate herbicide the shoots, and cover that slope with an erosion control fabric after it's seeded with a wildlife slope mix. And as Ian Cole had suggested, because the Japanese knotweed is so persistent, if any of the Japanese knotweed sprouts through the fabric in the spring, that gets cut, treated, and we do that for a couple of years, and until we've got most of it knocked back and the slope is free. And I think the other comment that I would say is, Bruce had given us a comment and had asked our civil engineer, Cole Engineering, Brian Panico, to make adjustments in the basin to make sure we maintain 2 feet of clearance above the groundwater table. Earlier in the year, we did soil tests, and Brian has made that adjustment, and these plans reflect those adjustments. So with that, I'll certainly entertain everyone's questions.
Okay, thank you. Um, I had a question that during the site walk, there was an area with a erosion gully that had kind of crept into the overall backyard of the property. It did,
Right
yeah.
there, you can see
Did
it
that
just.
get into the town's statements or your staff comments rather
No, unfortunately,
addressing that? Okay.
no, I don't think it did. Because I know they were saying that that embankment was very soft. And
Yeah.
I think we thought that the main reason was the gutters probably weren't cleaned. And now with all the gutters being cleaned and then them being tied into a formal drainage system, that should stop that.
Yeah, but we had discussed at the site meeting that they should repair the the gully area, erosion gully area, right?
All right, I'll add that to it.
All right.
On the plan, Mr. Chair, I had not proposed that because I am concerned about placing fill on that hillside in an isolated area immediately above the wetlands. And that gully in this picture is just in front of where the Japanese knotweed starts. If the commission would like us to fill that, we certainly will. But it makes me a little bit nervous to be adding fill in that area. We can only get a small piece of equipment in there to do it, and we'd have to be very careful to make sure we didn't have any soil moving uh, down towards the erosion control that would be at the base of that area. So it's a tricky spot.
It is a tricky spot, but I thought when we looked at the layout of the pipe that was going to take the roof runoff and the gutter lines that that erosion area kind of ran off into it. You see, yeah, the existing contours there.
Yep.
So I didn't want to leave the pipe exposed there. So I think, as you're excavating for the pipe, just and I'm talking, a very minor amount I think would be needed. But I do think we want to first off cover the pipe uh and just kind of even off that erosion area.
Can I recommend using riprap?
Sure.
I think that's fine. We could do that.
Okay.
And to make sure
And
that
if
we,
you put down riprap and soils will work its way into the riprap and then you might get
correct.
growth out of there.
Yep.
All right, that's good.
That's good.
Um, I think that's, we talked about how the ponding that happens in front now is going to be avoided because you're going to totally regrade that front parking area away
Yes,
from the building and then carry it over to the secondary sedimentation.
correct. Bruce is showing the direction of the flow.
Yep.
We'll be directing it into a water quality basin, and then following treatment, that water would flow into the stormwater basin.
Okay. All right, that's the only question I had now. We'll poll the committee and so to the commission, you can ask your questions and then let me know if you think this is a significant or non-significant activity. I do not think it is significant after our site walk visit. And mostly because the area that's being paved has been excavated and re-excavated and pushed around for seems like many times. So I don't think we're disturbing anything that hasn't been disturbed several times. But that's all I had for that. So we'll start with Andre. Questions and significance, please.
I do not have any questions. The riprap, honestly, and filling that gulch area were my two questions, and they were answered. And I don't think it's significant.
Okay, Rich,
Uh, don't have any questions and non-significant. Thank you.
Dave Fox.
Yeah, I have a couple of things. I was looking at the plans and it looked like the temporary sediment traps, I guess for during construction, are the same place as the infiltration basin. I thought that was not a recommended activity.
The we have a relatively limited area for the uh, for that type for a temporary sediment trap. We would have to be cleaning those out as part of the program before we would turn that into a stormwater basin. We have to remove any material that was in there and reestablish that existing subsurface, or it's currently subsurface soil layer.
Commissioner Fox, yes, that is one of our big concerns that we always have. And as part of this one, we said the same thing. There's really no room to put a temporary sedimentation basin. So on
Okay.
this one, they would do the same thing. They would keep it about a foot or two above the bottom and then come back and maybe excavate it out prior to excavate it down to final grade prior to any kind of paving.
Okay, okay. If you're okay with it, I'm
Yeah.
certainly okay as well.
It was, yeah, it's one of the ones that we had that we were trying to figure out the best way to do this, and I think that is the only way, unfortunately. So,
Okay. And my other question was on the conservation easement.
Yes.
Part of the conservation easement is where one of these stone riprap areas are going to be. Is that going to be a problem, Bruce?
no,
Having
I have
these
the
activities within the
but I
conservation
mean,
area?
yes, our comments do reflect to either move that easement line or pull that back. So just
Oh, okay.
all this work out of that easement.
All
Okay.
right. As long as that's worked out. That's all I
Yep.
have, and I don't think it's a significant activity, particularly with the nice conservation easement. And all of the work is being done in previously disturbed areas. Thank you.
Thank you. Dan Popovic.
I was not at the walk, but after looking at the information and listening to Mr. Doyle, I have no questions, and I do not think it's significant.
Okay, Mark Simpson.
No questions and non-significant.
Okay, Alana Carveth.
I have no questions and I don't think it's significant.
Okay. So we'll deal with significance and then we'll vote on approval with the stipulations that the staff and the commission have brought up. Chair will entertain a motion that this is not a significant activity.
So moved by Dave.
Second.
Okay, motion been made and seconded that this is not a significant activity. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. So in regards to the staff, list of equipment materials.
Chair, there was one other item, just because I was just going through the condition of approval that they
Yep.
did, that the commission and staff did want to see a list of equipment and material to be stored. So this was a typical part of their list here I have on the screen of what they plan on parking or storing back there.
Okay. Okay, and then all right, I don't see anything there that raises my concerns. Does anybody have any considerations towards the list that's Bruce is showing us?
This is Rich. I just assume the dumpsters are going to be empty.
Correct. Correct. The dumpsters are usually on projects and but when they're not on the project, and I think there might have been one on the property when we were there, but they're empty.
Okay,
Okay. That's my only question. Thank you.
all right. All right, so Chair will entertain a motion to approve the application with stipulation that the town staff review comments dated 11/26/25 be addressed and that the riprap be placed in the erosion hole that at least up to the area where it is required to fill in for the over the pipe. Do I need any other stipulations, Bruce?
No, I think you hit everything there.
Okay. All right, so can I get that motion, please?
So moved, Mark.
Second.
All right, a second, please.
Andre was in there. Mr. Andre.
Yep, second.
Yep.
Okay. All right, motion is made and seconded to approve the applications with the said stipulations. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstain. Application passed.
Great.
Is approved.
Thank you very much.
All right, good
Thank
luck.
you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda, Big Y Foods, 500 South Road.
You ready for Mr. Chairman?
Yep, go ahead and give it a little explanation of your project and mostly focusing on, I know you've already give us had discussion on it, but anything you've done to meet the town staff recommendations.
I appreciate that. For the record, my name is Guy Hesketh. I'm a licensed professional engineer with F.A. Hesketh and Associates. Our corporate offices are in East Granby, Connecticut, and our firm assisted Big Y Foods Incorporated in the application, the preparation of the applications and materials before you. Subsequent to our last meeting, I'll just review quickly. In summary is that we're going to propose to build a new Big Y family market on the southeast corner of what we call the West Farms Mall parcels. And it's located just to the north of the South Access Drive. To the south of that Access Drive, you can see on that plan that Bruce is highlighting there, there's a stormwater detention basin there. That stormwater detention basin is a resource area. As you can see, there's a small portion of the work on the southwest portion of our redevelopment area, which is defined by that bold dashed line, falls within your upland review area. So at our last meeting, we gave you a comprehensive presentation on what the elements of that proposal were. And the ones that impact the stormwater, the wetlands resources is that the current stormwater collection system that is located on the southern portion of the mall property, which primarily drains paved parking areas, drains into that stormwater detention basin, including all of the area where our proposed redevelopment area is located. Most of that area now is characterized as a portion of its paved parking. The other portion is a turf parking area. All of that stormwater is collected and put into a storm drain system that discharges into that stormwater basin. When we do our development, we're going to collect that stormwater and also discharge it into that stormwater basin through the same discharge pipes that discharge into the basin itself. And then that basin leaves, water leaves that basin, and a 72-inch pipe travels north along the western side of our project area and kind of snakes around and discharges across New Britain Avenue into Rockledge Brook. So we're not changing any of the drainage patterns that are on the site. We are, however, going to incorporate into our stormwater management system a couple of underground stormwater infiltration / detention structures that will mitigate any peak increases of runoff that we have from the site. And so that we can ensure that the peak rate of discharge leaving our redevelopment area site will be less than the existing condition peak rate of runoff from the site. You can see on the map that Bruce has here, there's 2 underground stormwater infiltration systems. Oh, sorry, that Bruce has on the map. And those systems, again, will collect stormwater from the loading area in the rear and the east and west sides of the building area. And then in the north parking lot area, the redeveloped parking lot area, we are going to we're going to have that stormwater collected and then discharged into the same storm drain pipes that travel to the south and discharge into that basin. So subsequent to our previous meeting, we did meet with staff. Staff had a number of suggestions for improving, making improvements that would increase treatment for the stormwater. That included putting trap hoods on all of our basins, in integrating some hydrodynamic separators into our design, and then also increasing the size of at least one of the smaller underground infiltration system. We're going to add another row of that, increase the capacity by 25%. And what that will allow us to do is to be able to treat the stormwater and meet the water quality flow requirements of the 2024 DEP Water Quality Manual. In addition, for a redevelopment area, we would be capturing and treating 1/2 of the water quality volume from those areas that discharge to those underground infiltration stormwater systems. So those changes we have, we've been meeting with staff and discussing them in detail, and I think we have agreed to agree on what needs to be done. Staff has entered those or formalized those conditions of approval and the conditions that you have as part of the staff approval letter that I'm sure Bruce will go over with you. The other thing that we did subsequent to this is the commission at our last meeting asked us to focus more on what the potential impacts, or if there were no adverse impacts to the wetlands, they wanted to have some discussion of that. So we had our soil scientists come out to the project, Bill Jackson. He did 3 things for us. He looked at the site and the stormwater basin. In the field with me, we walked it. We looked at the plans, walked the site, and reviewed the plans. And then he also, as part of his plan review, looked at the water quality measures that we have integrated in our stormwater management systems, and then also the proposed soil and sediment erosion control measures that we're going to take during construction. And we asked him to comment on those, and he submitted. He provided and submitted to me a 4-page summary letter, which I forwarded to Bruce, and I assume that the commission has had a chance to look at this letter. And there's a letter right now on the.
Okay, they have it because it came in so late. So I have it right here on the screen. All right.
Okay. Yep. Perfect. And that's pretty much in a nutshell. But the conclusion that Mr. Jackson has on the last page of that letter indicates that he believes that the measures that we're implementing for stormwater management and for soil and sedimentation erosion control are protective and will result in no adverse impacts. The other thing he did too is he looked at the measures that we're proposing for, as you recall, the NDDB bubble shows up in our area, and we submitted the request online to the NDDB people at DEP, and they responded to us that it's potential habitat for the spotted turtle, and they list a number of measures that they recommend, both during and prior to construction, and also just to do periodic inspections before and during construction to make sure that there are no turtles that enter the project area. And Mr. Jackson looked at that and he indicated that the characteristics of our redevelopment area, since it's essentially a parking lot, it doesn't have the habitat that these turtles typically frequent or an area that they would be likely to hibernate. But we are proposing to put a silt fence barrier along the southern side of the landscaped area on the southern access drive as a turtle barrier. And Mr. Jackson agrees with us that that's a reasonable measure to provide a little extra protection to keep any turtles from migrating into the project area. So I think that we've pretty much addressed what the commission had asked for in the last meeting, and I know I gave a pretty extensive and comprehensive presentation at the last meeting. So if you have any questions, I'd certainly be glad to answer them for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I did take a look around that property and you know, it's got the flow through I don't know, pavers or what do you want to call them. And it, you know, it's still a parking lot. And then I went over to the to look down on the wetland, and that's a it's a very steep grade going down to that wetland. I have a think I mean I would think it'd be pretty difficult for turtles to make that climb and then get across the I think 4 lanes of traffic and then to get onto your property. So I think that extra protection will work out to make sure that they can get there if by any chance they did. I don't have any additional questions. I know we have at the previous meeting, we did vote that this is not a non-significant item or a project. And Bruce, so have they met your requirement, town staff review comments, do you think, or should we include a stipulation in there for that?
No, include that because we had a meeting on Monday afternoon and we discussed our comments and they indicated, and I'll let them speak for themselves, but they had indicated to us that they had no problems addressing our conditions of approval.
Okay. All right, well, we'll just put the general with the requirement that town staff review comments be addressed.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's poll the commission and see if you have any questions. Again, we have already voted that this is non-significant. So just any questions you might have on the project. Andre?
I do not have any additional questions for this project.
Okay. Rich?
No additional questions. Thank you.
Dave Fox?
Just a question for Bruce. The bottom of your page has conclusions, but we can't see what they are
Oh, sorry.
on that letter.
There you go. How's that?
Thank you.
I think that was, yeah, that's all just
Okay,
that's it right there.
thanks, Bruce. I have no further questions. I'll read these.
Okay, Dan?
No questions, thank you.
Mark Simpson?
No questions.
Alana?
No question.
Okay. So everyone's had their questions answered. So the chair will entertain a motion to approve the application with the stipulation that town staff review comments be addressed, knowing that many of them already have been, but we'll just keep that in there. Can I get that motion, please?
So moved.
Dave will second.
Okay, motion been made and seconded to approve the application. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Good luck to Big Y.
Thank you very much.
Thank-
Appreciate your
thank you.
time.
All right.
Give me a second here. I've got to load up the next couple
All right.
because I can't have too many open. It seizes on
Yep.
me. NB5, right? NB5,
Next item is winding trails.
go. I think Scott is on. Scott, are you there?
Yes, Bruce, I am here.
There
Hello.
you go. Sorry about that, sir.
All right, no problem. Thanks for making time for me. I just finished up a little Christmas party here and switching gears.
Okay.
So you have a site plan on the screen here
Mhm.
for a 12 by 16 foot pavilion. This is similar to two other pavilions we currently have here at Winding Trails. These are within the water course on Dunning Lake. The first two we did probably 7 or 8 years ago. They're both lifeguard shade structures. One's for our lifeguard and first aid area, the other's for our swim instruction. And we're proposing to put a third one in, which is all the way to the north, which you're circling, which would be in our camp swim area. And one of the issues we found is with a camp of 600 kids and 18 lifeguards, we just need a spot really to let people get out of the sun, primarily our lifeguards during their break, but also be in proximity to the campers to ensure we know who's in the waterfront area and who's not. So this is similar to the other two we've had. You have design plans also included, but it's a 12 by 16 foot. Yep, thank you, Bruce. Those are pictures of the ones there. We're basically drilling 4 holes, and we'll be constructing this just along the beach and picnic area, roughly 70 feet from the water's edge. Not sure what else I need to tell you. We will certainly do the silt fence and hay wattles during construction. This will just have a sand bottom, no concrete floor. It's a company we've used called Unilam out of Unadilla, New York. We've done probably 12 or 15 of these. 2 years ago, we did a rather large pavilion, the Lakeside Pavilion, which was 40 by 80. This is just 12 by 16, a little area to provide some shade and a space to regulate the kids coming in and out of the camp swim area.
Okay.
Any questions?
And you said there's going to be 4 typical round concrete.
Yeah, I also provided the town with the engineering on that. They're 24-inch pylons that would be dug. It's only 4 posts, as you can see in that photo there, and is all designed based on wind lift and hurricane levels and all that stuff. It's
Is
designed
that
to
in here?
withstand
I
any
don't
of that.
see it. Yeah, I don't see it in the submittal that you sent us. Is that somewhere in here?
It was a form called RW White, unless I'm forgetting, but
Maybe we didn't get it. This is all I
I
got.
can certainly get you that, but that
Yeah,
is the
all right.
same submittal we've used on all the larger pavilions.
Okay.
We've used it for the last 10 years, but I can certainly get you that.
And is that comparable to the usual sonotube footing?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Bruce, you know where I think that file might be with the building permit that I sent.
Okay.
That's probably where.
Oh, that's right. You submit the bill. Okay. I can
Yeah, I
probably,
didn't send it
I'll
to
pull
you.
that out.
I apologize for that.
No problem.
Are you bringing that up, Bruce, or are we all set?
Oh, no, sorry, no, I can't get it from here.
Okay, all right.
No, it's fine. It's just a, yeah,
All
it's
right.
just a.
Well, it's pretty typical from what
Yep.
he's explained.
Mhm.
Okay, uh well, we're just gonna accept the application tonight, so and determine if we need a site walk. Uh I don't have any further questions. Let me poll the commission. So why don't you, as I poll the commission, please ask any questions you might have, and then let me know if you think a site walk is necessary. So Andre,
Um, I do not think a site walk is necessary just because I've seen the area before and I'm familiar with the area that they're proposing. And I do not have any questions.
okay. Rich Berlandy,
Same comments from me. Thank you.
Dave Fox,
Same for me as well.
okay, Dan Popovic,
I agree. Same for me.
okay, Mark Simpson,
No, same for me.
and Alana,
Same for me.
okay, and same for me as well. Um, okay, so Chair will entertain a motion that there is no need for a site walk.
So moved.
Okay, motion's been made in a second, please.
Second.
Okay, motion been made and seconded that we do not need a site walk for this application. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. We can determine significance since we're not gonna have a site walk.
We haven't set the application, have we?
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Let's go back. Well, we've determined we don't need a sidewalk. Now let's accept the application. All those in favor of accepting the application, say aye.
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 I don't have a motion. I'll need
Oh,
a. motion on that.
gosh, I'm blowing
That's
it
fine.
here. I need
This
a
is Mark.
motion to accept the application.
This is Mark. I'll make the motion.
And I'll
Thank you.
second.
All right, motion been made and seconded to accept the application. Now all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. We need to determine significance, but let me ask, Bruce had a question here about timing of construction. When is the plan for this to be built?
Yeah, it is being put together right now by Unilam and plan on delivery early next year. And we can build, whenever, as long as it's done before May, we're fine with camp starting. If we get a mild winter and our maintenance guys have time, we're erecting this ourselves. So we may do that, late winter if possible, depending on approval from the town.
Okay. Do the members of the commission think this is a significant activity? I do not. I think this is, although it is on the edge of the waterway, the applicant has put in a lot of these covers and pavilions, and with the four simple footings, I don't think this is a significant activity. But let's poll the commission. Do you think that starting with Andre, is this significant activity?
I agree with your original sentiments. I don't think this is a significant activity.
Okay, Rich Berlandy,
Not significant activity.
Dave Fox,
Not significant.
Dan Popovic,
Not significant.
Mark Simpson,
Not significant.
Alana,
Not significant.
okay. So seeing the commission's feelings, I'll entertain a motion that this is not a significant activity, please.
Move, Mark.
And a second,
Second,
please.
Rich.
Motion made and seconded that this is not a significant activity. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Okay, so your application has been accepted and we will see you at the January meeting.
Right, thank you all so much. Appreciate
All
your
right,
time.
thank you. All right, next item on the agenda, 89 Lido Road.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for sticking around for this one. We are looking to,
Can we get your name and address for the record, please?
Craig Doucette, at 89 Lido Road.
Give me 1 second. I've got to load
Sure.
these up too. So. Go. That goes there. Go. There's your plan right there.
Yep. So currently we have an 8x10 shed on the property. We're looking to remove that shed and replace it with a 10x14 shed at the same location.
Okay. And what is the foundation of the shed?
The current foundation is on pylons, but those are being removed and we're replacing it with a bed of crushed stone.
Okay. Oh, I see, okay. Is this being constructed on site or is it being delivered to the site whole?
Delivered to the shed is the bed of the crushed stone is being built on site with the shed pre-built by Cloder Farms and delivered.
Okay. And so you're going from a 10x14 shed to a 12x16 shed, huh?
No, 8x10 to 10x14.
Oh, I'm looking.
The crushed stone area will be.
Oh, I see. Okay.
12x16.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Hold on. I thought when it's a 10x14 shed to a 12x16.
Yes.
Right? What did I put on here?
No, the 12x16 is the size of the base.
Yeah, I understand.
Gravel
Sorry, I'm just saying the
base.
shed is 10x14. I messed up then when I did this plan. I did a 10x12. It's a 10x14.
Yep.
10x14 with 12x16 crushed stone. Sorry,
All
my
right.
other schematic here is incorrect. It should be a 12x14, not a 10x12. So
What was the size of the original shed?
8x10.
Okay, and you're going to 10x14.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Bruce, are you gonna, yeah, I see you gotta consider, when they do the excavation for to put down the gravel foundation, that material is going to be removed off site?
Yes.
Well, I
And,
don't think that, sorry, can I
yeah.
interject?
Karen, I
Um,
apologize. Karen, this isn't your application. I apologize. This is
Okay.
Yeah.
Craig's. Thank you.
So what's the specific question, Bruce?
Um,
Or
That's
Mark?
Jared.
yeah,
If
like the operation when you excavate down to install a gravel base,
Yes.
are you removing that material or off-site or?
They're removing the existing shed and the pylons.
Well, no, he's asking when you excavate, you're gonna have to put the stone base down. So
Yes.
is someone gonna come in and excavate that material out?
No.
No.
Put the
Okay, so
stone
you're
in, or
gonna
you
put
just,
the stone base is going on the existing grade.
Yes.
Okay.
you're not
All right.
excavating any material out at all.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
Right. I
Okay.
think if
Sorry.
they, I guess the concern is if they do, that's what they're saying, is they'd like to have it trucked out because they don't want that to be a problem. All right?
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So they gonna need erosion control if all they're doing is placing stone, or?
No, I would say no, if they're not going to just, if they're not doing any
All
excavation.
right.
So,
All right. So we'll go with that. But if anything changes, if your contractor putting in the stone says that they need to do to excavate out some, you realize that you're going to have to put some silt fence and straw wattle around that area.
Yeah. I don't think they're excavating anything, but we'll certainly notify the town if that happens.
Okay. All right. All right, so let's start by, oh wait, no. Bruce, point of order here. So if we think it's approved use, use incidental uses is incidental to the enjoyment and maintenance of the residential property, um, then we do not need to accept the application if we feel that, right?
exactly. And the only reason I put that in was because they have an existing shed there right now. So it's kind of a
Right.
like for like. Unfortunately, I didn't realize the shed was only an 8 by 10. I thought it was a little bigger. So that's up to the commission at this point. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, and
So
I
to
don't think
discuss
that's a
that.
big size difference. And I think the other thing that, I know sometimes when they put in these crushed stone bases that they do excavate down an area because they don't want to go down too far, but that's usually more in when you don't have a level lot, but I know these places are pretty level.
Yeah, no, I agree, and because if you just can't put the stone there, it's just gonna push out. So you do
All
need
right,
some edging around it. So I'll coordinate that with the homeowners.
okay. Well, let's poll the commission and I don't know. I think the fact that they're not excavating, they're just placing the stone down, and replacing one shed with a similar, just a slightly larger shed, that this should be an allowed use, um, or allowed incidental use of the property. That's my opinion. But let's see what the commission has to say. Andre?
I agree with you, and I don't have any questions for this.
Okay. Rich, questions and use?
I would agree that it's not, it's a replacement one for one. And I don't have any questions.
Okay. Dave?
I agree. It's a replacement of similar like, and I have no questions.
Okay, Dan,
I agree on likeness and no questions.
Mark Simpson,
Yeah, they're just replacing an existing structure. I'm fine with this being the right of the homeowner.
okay. Alana,
I agree that they're just replacing an existing structure, and I have no further questions.
okay. Um, so the chair will entertain a motion that the replacement of the shed with another shed is use incidental to enjoyment and maintenance of the residential property that which is allowed, and that's it. Can I get a motion for that, please?
So moved.
And a second?
Able second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded that this is an allowed use of the property. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Okay,
All right. Thank you, everyone.
thank you. Good luck. Next item on the agenda is 93 Lido Road, Karen Fawkes, is it?
Karen Fawkes.
Okay. All right, Karen, you can explain your use.
Yeah. My property is right next to Craig's property, and our sheds back up to each other. In the picture there, I'm basically, both our sheds are very old and rotting, and we're just replacing the old shed with a new shed. My original shed was just a little larger than his. So mine was 8 by 14, and I'm going to 10 by 14. Same thing, no dirt will be excavated or removed. We're just gonna take out the piers that it's standing on and putting the dirt, shift the dirt a little bit, and then put on the crushed stone, and a Clotter Farm shed will be delivered and placed on the crushed stone.
Okay. Um, well, I don't see many differences in this one, so I'll go through the commission once again and ask if you have any questions, and if you agree that this is an allowed incidental use of the property by the owner. Andre?
I do not have any questions, and I do think that, like the other proposal, it is an allowed incidental use of the property.
Okay. Rich Berlandy?
Same for me. Thank you.
Okay. Dave Fox?
Same for me, but I'd like to congratulate you on your impressive solar array there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just had to have it fixed the other day. The connection from the solar panels to the house broke, but it's back up and running again.
That's a lot more coverage than you usually see.
Dan?
Same for me. No questions.
Mark?
This is the same proposal. I have no problems with it. It's nice to see neighbors working together.
Thank you.
It's a it's a very amenable situation. I'm glad to hear it.
Yes, thank you.
Alana?
I agree with the other commissioners, and I have no questions.
Okay. All right, so Chair will entertain a motion that this is a permitted use of as right. Permitted use as of right by the owner. And I will entertain a motion that this to that fact.
So
So
moved.
moved, Mark.
All right. I think Andre got it in there and Mark is the second.
That'd be fine with me.
Okay. Motion been made and seconded that this is a permitted use as of right of the owner. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. All right. Good luck with your sheds.
All right, thank you. Bye.
61 Bird's Eye Road.
We get that one loaded up now. So number 8, right? Yep.
Another shed. Must be a good sale on sheds somewhere.
Do we have a limit to how many sheds?
No, we have one left we could approve before the end of the year.
All right.
Okay, I'm next.
We'll let this one slide.
Sounds good.
Here, Metro. There you go. All right.
Okay, Tracy Smith.
Yes. Tracy Smith, 61 Birdseye Road. We're looking to put up a shed as well. We're just wanting to put it over, as you can see on the photo, there was a pool and a deck there before. So we're just looking to put it over the same location. It'll be a 16 by 24 pre-made. Ours is barnyard though, not cloder. Ours is barnyard. And again, crushed stone base as well. So no disturbance to the land.
Okay.
No excavation, yeah.
Are you putting it down on a crushed stone base?
Yes.
Is the pool already removed?
Yes.
Just give me 1 minute here.
I did as part of this also the GIS is in there. And you'll see historically it is a wetland area, the entire neighborhood. So, and what happens is there's a drainage pipe that comes out or that crosses Birdseye and flows down through these yards. Eventually makes its way out to Wolf Pit and back out and around. So,
Oh, okay. And so that's why your report doesn't include the permitted uses of right because
well, there wasn't. Yeah, I mean, this was like. I mean, now that she's saying that there was a pool there, I mean, that's some time ago. It is all reestablished with lawn. So, I'll leave that up to the commission at this point.
Okay. Are we in wetlands area on this? I missed that map.
Well, I said the map does show the whole house and the whole property is in it. All right. There has been no study done, nor with the timing of when this was dropped off. I haven't gone out there, but I think, and maybe Tracy can confirm, but is this the brook right here?
Yeah, it's a little further. Yep. Right where
That's
you're.
it. So it's pretty close to the brook as well.
Okay.
Being
Yeah, all
right
right.
here. That's what I thought this was it too. Runs right down through here.
Yep.
So cuts
And then-
around.
Yeah.
So it is relatively close. I mean, there has been no wetland survey done, but it was pre-disturbed with a pool at one point, and now it's established back with
Yeah.
lawn. So
Okay.
this is a little different.
Yeah, this is different with the stream there. Is that a normal stream or is it mostly just during runoff to the applicant since you live there?
It's just a runoff. It's not
Yeah.
a real brook or stream. It's just kind of a wet area.
So it's a wetland. I mean, I guess what he's asking
Yeah.
is water in it. There's water in it almost all the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that it
Right.
goes dry or anything, so.
I
Yeah.
I think
No.
we should accept the application for this one. It's a little different case, or kind of significantly different. Um, I don't see a problem here. I just I think maybe we should well the shed is 16 by 24.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, the chair will entertain a motion to accept the application.
So moved.
Okay, and a second.
Dave will second.
Okay. Although the chair motion been made and seconded to accept the application, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Okay, motion passes. Do people think they want a sidewalk on this, or can we see enough from that aerial view? I'll poll the commission. Too many clipboards. Andre,
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
do you think, do you have any questions of the applicant? And do you think a site walk is necessary?
Okay, yes, no and no.
Okay. Rich Berlandi,
No, I don't have any questions. Is it the area where the shed is going, is it pretty level right now? Because of the pool being there?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And how far is it from the top of the bank?
Ooh, at least 15 to 20 feet.
Oh, okay. No, that's the only questions I have. I don't think a sidewalk's needed.
okay. Dave, questions in a site walk?
No questions and no sidewalk.
Okay. Dan,
No questions and no sidewalk.
okay. Mark Simpson,
No questions. Also, no sidewalk.
okay. Alana,
No questions and no sidewalk.
okay. I agree. No, I don't have any further questions. I don't think a site walk is necessary, but I think the town staff would just take a little closer look at this in regards to the waterway and
I will, yeah. I'll stop out and I'll take some pictures and then
yeah.
I'll upload them. All right.
All right. And then we'll we'll act on this at the next meeting. We'll decide well, I don't think it's going to be significant, but we'll let you get any additional information
Okay.
and we'll decide at that time at the next meeting.
Okay.
All right. So next meeting is beginning of January and we'll see you then.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Okay. Metro Realty Management, 20 Scott Swamp Road.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. This is Attorney Tim Hollister. Can you hear me?
Can hear you fine.
Great, thank you. Good evening. Nice to see you. It's been a few years. I'm here tonight with Ben Tripp of Metro Realty and our professional consultants, our Rock Emmond who's a civil engineer at SLR Consulting, and Matt Ormrod, who is an environmental scientist also at SLR. I'm very tempted to begin, having listened to the previous discussions, to just say this is a really big shed, but I think I'll move on. The application material is a bound narrative package with a survey, civil plans, a full wetlands assessment, and drainage report excerpts. Our plan is to give you a overview tonight of the site, the proposed plan, why we think it's not significant, but obviously you'll decide that. And Bruce, if you could just switch to the site aerial, that would be terrific. There we go. So that you can see where the red dot is. This is 5.4 acres at 20 Scott Swamp Road, the adjoining Route 6 and the Main Street on the right. And the current building is a one-story building that is vacant, shown on the next slide, Bruce, next two slides. Formerly the Touch Point Nursing Facility with an associated parking area. The proposal is for multifamily development, 62 units in 5 buildings, which our consultants will describe in just a minute, together with a variety of associated site improvements. And to construct the plan, we have proposed upland review area activities, no direct impacts. So with that, I will just turn it over to Mr. Amond. Brock, are you there?
I am here, and hopefully you guys can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can.
Excellent. Love it. So, good evening. Just for the record, Rock Emmond, senior civil engineer with SLR International Corporation out of 99 Realty Drive, Cheshire, Connecticut, here on behalf of the applicant. We're essentially discussing this particular site plan. As Attorney Hollister had mentioned, we're looking to propose 5 buildings that are going to be strewn across the existing site. And I would actually ask Bruce, I believe it's the next figure, so I could talk about the existing conditions. Perfect. So to give everybody some context, the existing conditions consists of a large building that's located within the middle of the property, as well as some associated parking that wraps around that particular parcel. It consists of about 67 parking spaces. That's a little bit of a guess number because the parking spaces are not exactly striped as of today. So plus or minus. Of that area, we're looking at about 33% impervious coverage, as well as the area itself is inundated. Well, I guess not inundated, but contains a drainage system of a series of catch basins and pipes only. No existing stormwater management or existing stormwater quality is provided on site. Of that particular area, there is 26,845 square feet currently developed within the upland review. That's currently shaded in blue. That's located here. About 9,150 square feet of that is the existing building. And let's see, 23 of those are parking spaces for a total of 19,230 square feet of total impervious located within the upland review. If you can go to the next slide. This is kind of to give you guys an idea of like the contrast between the existing and what we're proposing. One thing that we're really trying to hit home is that we're really not trying to encroach further than what is actually there. So you can see the existing condition that's located in red. That existing parking that's located to the north is essentially where we're trying to hold the majority of impervious and overall development. There's obviously some clearing beyond that. Of the two areas, we're looking at about a 12,150 square foot delta between the currently disturbed area under the developed existing conditions and the proposed. So of these two particular areas, it's only about 12,150 square feet. If you can go to the next slide, I believe it's the perfect. So, as Attorney Hollister noted, there's 62 units that are strewn across the 5 buildings. Of those 5 buildings, 3 are located within the upland review, 1 fully within the upland review area, and 2 that have partial areas. Those come out to be I have this written down. I had this written down. A total of 39,095 square feet of total activity within the parcel. Once again, that's kind of discounting the existing area to come out to a 12,150 square foot of new, what would be cleared area. This particular area that we're looking at is a combination of the buildings as well as the parking, as well as a small grassed area to the west, or sorry, east, a little all over the place. Overall, we are also showing that the current impervious area is going to be maintained at about 33% of the total area. So we're not anticipating a change in the curve number, and therefore not anticipating a change in the peak flow rates of runoff. Therefore, our focus was really water quality, specifically as there was no water quality that was strewn throughout the site previously. So what we're doing is we're providing a underground retention system that's located just outside the upland review area within the parking. You can kind of see it in that gray shade in the middle. That is going to be in tandem with a hydrodynamic separator that will then discharge to the existing outlet that's currently on site that goes to the north along, I believe it's Route 6. Yes, correct. So essentially what we're trying to do is we're maintaining drainage patterns by connecting into the system, and we're providing water quality where there is none. We're also providing sediment erosion controls, which I believe is on the next sheet. These sediment erosion controls are developed using the 2024 guidelines for sedimentation or soil and erosion or soil and sedimentation guidelines. Specifically, what we'd like to do specifically in these instances is when we're within the upland review area, we kind of double up when it comes to mitigations around the site to make sure that we're not going to be impacting the wetlands that are downstream of where the construction activities would occur. Specifically, we're looking at a combination of silt fence and straw wattles that are be located just to the north of where we're going to be anticipated for clearing. As well as the typical silt sacks within all the catch basins and a stockpile that would have a silt fence that's wrapped around it. Outside the upland review, obviously, we have the driveway entrance that would be located along Scott Swamp, and we are looking to maintain that as our construction entrance as well. That way it's a good compacted base location. There is some areas that we have some steeper slopes, and therefore we will be providing erosion control blankets. That's on the north side, or I guess the northeast side, as well as the south side, just along Scott Swamp Road. And if you go to the next sheet, I wonder if this was all flipped around, and that's why I'm all a little fun.
Back. I'll go back to the other sheet there.
Nope. Yep. If you go back up one, I just want to kind of wrap up the overall.
That one?
Yep.
Right here?
Perfect. Beautiful. So really when it comes down to the site itself, we're looking to provide water quality where there is none, make sure that we are being cognizant of the surrounding or the northern wetlands. And Matt will talk about the wetlands themselves, their function and values. But to summarize, really, we are anticipating that there's no change in the impervious area. We're providing water quality where there is none. And we have designed the project to meet all appropriate and applicable stormwater regulations without adversely impacting the values or functions of the wetland. And I believe that's it for my portion. I'll pass it off to Matt. And if Bruce, if you can go down to, I believe it was the survey sheet that you were going to, that will start Matt's portion.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Rock.
No problem.
Yep. Thanks, Bruce. Good evening, commissioners and staff. My name's Matt Ormrod. I'm an environmental scientist with SLR. As Attorney Hollister mentioned earlier, we're here on behalf of the applicant, and we performed the impact assessment. We did not do the soil delineation. It was done by JMM Consulting. He's a certified professional soil scientist here in Connecticut. The wetland boundary that you see in the plans in front of you were picked up from a surveyor. So those are really highly accurate locations of JMM's wetland flags. So in addition to the impact assessment that we've provided to you, another thing we did out there was we performed a site visit, sort of a peer review of sorts to confirm JMM's flags, to look at general site conditions, drainage, so that we could perform our functions and values assessment, and also using the proposed project plans, inform an evaluation of potential impacts. So I just want to briefly walk you through the resources that are out there. Again, in JMM's report, he identifies mostly disturbed soils. So these are referred to as eudorthants and aquants. And those are the areas that excuse me. Let me back up a little bit. JMM identified several soil types at the site. The majority of the site is sort of a disturbed soil type based on NRCS definitions, and that's really it's the developed portion. And there are some poorly drained and then alluvial soils, which comprise the regulated resource areas, and those are to the north of the current development, as you can see in that slide. Yeah, yep. And so part of my assessment, and I like to look back at sort of the historical aspects of how the land was used. And if you look back actually at the 1934 aerial, these are the Fairchild images. This site was actually entirely cleared for agriculture use. It kind of looks like maybe a till agriculture. There was really no significant vegetation, no tree cover. In 1954, it seems to have been an abandoned field, maybe a fallow agricultural field, sort of rebounding. And then in 1970, you could actually see the site is under construction. The touchpoint site is under construction. And it appears what they did was just excavate material from to make an earthen mound upon which the current touchpoints facility is built upon. And so that material likely came from sort of a borrow pit, which has created a depression to the north, where the wetlands are confined to. These wetlands are mainly fed by stormwater discharges, and some of these stormwater discharges come from offsite. There's Colt Highway to the west, Main Street to the east, Scott Swamp Road to the south, abutting commercial, residential developments. Many of them discharge actually into the site wetlands in various locations. And they drain generally to the west, to the northwest or northwest. Yep, thanks, Bruce. Towards Colt Highway, where the water then enters a large diameter reinforced concrete pipe, conveys it under Colt Highway further west, and it discharges to uplands that eventually drains down to the Quabic River and the greater Shade Swamp complex. So the site resources are fragmented from that larger sort of high quality, high functioning wetland system further west. JMM and we agreed with his soil delineation, his wetland delineation. These are wooded. JMM refers to them as wooded swamps or floodplain swamp. There is a portion of the site that is mapped in a FEMA flood zone. I don't know how much hydrologic connectivity there is, though, given that there's the highway in between, and I don't know if floodwaters reach that site. But regardless, there are alluvial soil types out there. Let's see. Oh, and the other, so we have two wetland areas, two resource areas, and then he also identified an intermittent water course. Yep, thanks, Bruce. There it is. It connects the two resource areas, and it actually originates from a head wall that's the southernmost portion of the wetland to the east. That wetland unit to the east. Yes, down there. Based on our site inspection, there seems to be some pretty flashy flows associated with that. There's a lot of scouring, sediment depositions, some anthropogenic debris, and that stormwater discharge is associated with off-site impervious surface water runoff that's collected and discharged. There's about total wetland acreage about 0.16 acres, pretty narrow. They may have been created from historical disturbances associated with development of the touch points facility. The vegetation is disturbed. There's a mix of native trees: red maple, white ash, silver maple. These are common in wetlands and sandy soils. American elm, spice bush, sort of facultative wetland plants. There's also a lot of multiflora rose, Morel's honeysuckle, Asiatic bittersweet, lianas, climbing native trees, and based on the historical uses, that's pretty typical. Based on our evaluation of the site conditions and JMM's findings, we conducted a functions and values assessment using the Army Corps' highway methodology workbook supplement, sort of a standard technique. And the primary functions and values of this wetland system, or the site wetlands, are the sediment toxicant retention and nutrient removal, retention and transformation, and that's really all associated with the stormwater that's discharged into the site wetlands. They really act to improve water quality before reaching discharging offsite and reaching Quabic River and Shade Swamp. In terms of habitat, I don't know I don't know if it's great habitat, and there's reasons for that. Being there's no perennial surface water. Again, the intermittent nature of the water course, it's really, I think, dependent on stormwater flows. So there's no fish or shellfish capable habitat to sustain those species. A lot of understory invasion, a lot of non-native species in the understory. That has certain impacts to the habitat value. And then again, again, it's isolated, it's fragmented from the larger Shade Swamp, Quabic River corridor and greenway. If we were able to zoom out in this site plan, you would see that it's sort of a triangle here between Colt Highway to the west. I believe that's Main Street to the east, and then Scott Swamp. So it's isolated. So in terms of connectivity, there's a major barrier there. So that also reduces sort of the habitat value. Again, Rock went through the proposed regulated activities. There are no no regulated activities within wetlands areas, so there will be no direct impact, no short-term direct impacts. The majority, all of the regulated activities are within the upland review area. From a larger scale, it's the development or redevelopment within the upland review area is pretty consistent with what's already out there. Building, parking lot, serve the utilities that service the building. Um, um, and as Rock mentioned earlier, the short-term impacts associated with construction are going to be mitigated or minimized by installing sediment and erosion controls or in between the resource areas and the limit of development. And then in terms of impacts in the long term, the fact that there's nothing to treat water quality currently. Again, this property was built in 1970, so I don't know what they had for stormwater quality best management practices back then, but there don't appear to be any out there today, and perhaps that may be the case for the other discharges that are coming in from offsite. But certainly, providing that protection will increase the water quality that is discharged to the wetland. Again, we're reutilizing the existing infrastructure that goes out to the wetlands, so there won't be any disturbances there. Everything is being conducted in the upland. They're going to reutilize that same pipe. It's just with this proposed system in place, it's going to really increase water quality that runs through that pipe and gets discharged to the wetland, which ultimately makes its way to the Pequabic River, which is west of the site. There is some minor clearing proposed, but a lot of this, again, a lot of the existing tree line is densely colonized with non-native plants. There are some lianas that have made it up to the crown heights of these tall white pines. So that removing that by mechanical means would certainly reduce their abundance, which would be a benefit. In terms of impacts, so just to sum it up, in terms of impacts, there are no direct impacts. There won't be any activity in the wetland within the resource areas themselves. There is activity within the upland review area, but it's pretty consistent with what's already out there. But there is one big difference being the stormwater quality improvements with the proposed design. So I think with that,
thank you.
I'm all set. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you, Matt. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, just to sum up, I would say there certainly is a conversion within the upland, replacing the existing building with 5 new buildings. We think that's an improvement, but as to the wetland and the watercourse, minimal change and an improvement in the form of introducing water quality measures. So I will leave it at that. We're happy to answer any questions, and you need to make some preliminary determinations. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Thank you. Very good presentation. A couple questions. So how does the square footage, the footprint square footage of the original building compare to the square footage of the 5 new buildings?
I can take that one, Tim.
Okay.
So
Please do.
under the existing conditions, there's approximately 9,158 square feet, plus or minus a couple square feet. Under proposed conditions, we're looking at 12,421 within the upland. So that's a delta of about 3,000, which if you think about actually a building consuming rainwater is actually a good thing because we're actually providing less volatile materials because it's not a parking lot. So I just want to kind of hit home that in contrast, we're going from an existing conditions upland review impervious area of 19,225 to 18,785. So that's about a decrease of about 500 square feet or so, maybe 450 within the upland review.
Okay.
Of total impervious within the upland review area.
And all the roof drainage is going to come into
The underground detention system or the underground retention system that we're
Okay.
providing. All that'll be connected via roof leaders and roof collector pipes into the system.
Okay. And some of the drawings, uh, there's a shed in the back of like the northeast corner, I think it would be, like on the other side of the larger pond.
Yeah, there's an existing shed. If you go, I think there's an existing conditions drawing. Yeah, correct. Right on the right there. Um, that's just an existing shed. Um, I don't believe there are any plans to do anything with it.
Okay. Well, is it going to be used by the new property or is it
No.
who's using the shed? The reason I'm asking is because some of your plans show the shed there, and some of the plans don't show the shed there. So I'm not
Understood.
really sure what's going on with it.
Yeah, no, from my understanding, it's just a dilapidated derelict shed that's located on the property. And there are no anticipated plans to reuse it.
Yeah, I believe Ben Tripp is on. Ben, can you jump in on that question? I don't know if Ben is.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if Ben is a panelist.
Hold on.
No, I'm here. I was just trying to figure out how to unmute.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, there's no intention to reutilize that shed. I believe that the majority of it has already been removed by the previous owner. So
Okay.
yeah, it's separated by there's not even really a direct connection with the existing developed property. It's separated by vegetation, so it does not appear like as if it was used anytime recently.
Okay. You made a statement during your presentation where you think it's possible that some of this area was some of the water, the pond areas were excavated to use as fill to build up the slope there. I mean, where do you kind of get that thought or information or
This again, Matt Ormrod, environmental scientist with SLR. So in the 1970 Fairchild aerial image, it's a publicly available aerial image. You could see the site under construction, and based on the prior aerials, so the 1950, I think it was a 51 and 1934. You could see it appeared to be a flat field. You could see by the shadows and such that it was an agricultural field. And then if you visit the site, it's very clearly a graded terrace upon which the current development sits atop upon. It is probably a little speculation that the material was just excavated from the northern portion of the site to build a mound, but um, uh, um, given what's out there and what you see on the ground, it just looks like um, what they did to make the development.
Okay. Um, I don't know, the question might be for Bruce. So this sewer right away that's just on the other side of the property, it goes directly under the pond. I mean, if somebody needed to work on that sewer right away, how would that
Because
be?
there is no pipe there though. There is no
Oh, there
pipe.
is no, it's just a right
Yeah.
away?
Yeah, it's an
It's
old
show a
right of way.
manhole. It looks like a pipeline in manhole covers.
Yeah,
No?
but well, there's a storm line. Give me a second here. Sewer and storm.
Oh, is it storm sewer?
There's a storm that runs through this way. There's the storm. There's part of the storm for the parking lot comes out. We show it coming around.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's that sewer as well. Our only thought was that maybe somewhere during the development they thought that we would run a sewer line to connect off into here, and they changed their minds. So that's all I can come up. Excuse me. That's all I could surmise at this point. So
So there's nothing there? I mean, because
no, there's nothing there. The sewer runs behind the back of the building and along Scott Swamp. So
Right.
Oh, okay.
yeah, there is nothing there presently for sanitary sewer.
Okay.
Or do I think we would need it in the future, but that's something for us.
Yeah, right.
So
Okay. Well, I think seeing that this does feed into the Quabic River, I think we'll have to have a site visit on this. And the thing that concerns me most on this project is building B, because the grades are so steep at the back of it. And it does look based on this the 180 and the very close contour lines that are being called out. I think we're gonna, I don't know. I just think it might cause problems but we could take a look at that. That's all the questions I have right now. We'll see if anybody else has questions. Andre, do you have any questions? And do you think we would use a site walk on this?
I think a sidewalk would be good for this, and I don't have any questions at the moment.
Okay. Rich?
The square footages that you quoted, does that include these? I don't know if they're patios or porches that are
Yes.
off the backside of building B and C.
Yes, I included those in the calculations.
Okay. As Ned said, I have serious concerns about building B being so close to the wetlands. And I do believe a site walk is needed on this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. Dave Fox?
Yeah, I agree, sidewalk for this one. Also, what would be helpful would be to show the existing cleared area versus the proposed cleared area on the same sheet, because I've been flipping back and forth between the two, and there is at least a minor additional clearing. It'd be good to have that on one sheet to be able to see it better.
Yeah, I believe there is also one of the slides that we provided as part of this presentation has the Bruce, if you can go up a couple slides. Yep, right there. There's a red and black overlay. What's in red? That's kind of kind of swirly Q is the existing tree line.
Okay, that's
And
exactly what
what's
I
in
was looking
black.
for.
Yep.
Okay, we didn't have that available.
No,
Yeah, so actually, a good,
we just got
just to kind of hit something right here, you can see that the distance from the building B to the wetland is a little further away than what's the existing parking lot today.
Yep.
let me try something, because that PDF you sent us is very I think I have the final. Here we go. We can see it a little better in this set. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the existing parking area here, correct? Right, this line here?
Correct. Yep.
So, and then that building, and then that comes in. Where's the building?
Okay, I didn't see the existing tree line, but now I do. So, okay.
Yep.
I take my question back. It was already here. I just didn't know.
Hey, that's why you ask the question. If you don't ask the question, you'll never get clarity.
That generator on there is that's existing, right? Or
That's an existing generator that would be removed.
okay. I'm sorry, Dave, to cut you in. Go ahead.
Oh, and I had one more question. Wetlands. There was a discussion of a depression area near the head wall and frogs. I was wondering if there was a potential for vernal pools in this wetland system.
Yeah, thanks, Commissioner Fox. Again, Matt Ormrod, DSLR. Yeah, so it looks like at the head wall, it's actually a great photo. We're zoomed in right there, right now. There is a scour pool. So again, the velocities coming out of that discharge pipe over time, I don't know how long that pipe's been there, but I've scoured a depression. And during my site visit, there was water in that depression. I think in my report, I give a depth, not that deep, but high turbidity, not good water quality. There were several green frogs actually using the head wall, which are not indicative of vernal pool habitat because they take I think it's their maturity. They need 2 years, so they need a perennial surface water. So there the presence of green frogs and nothing else might suggest that scour pool might be more of a perennial feature. Might be like a drainage issue. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I guess, well, just given the general topography and the amount of water, would it be helpful to go back in the spring and confirm that there's no vernal pools here?
Yeah, certainly. So yeah, that always, in terms of vernal pools, yeah, the timing of site visits. Unfortunately, we weren't out. We weren't out there that at the right time of year. I don't think it is great. I don't know if it would be, again, because of the conditions. We could certainly monitor, go back out in the spring and look for vernal pool species, wood frogs or what have you, just to verify. But again, there were concerns about connectivity between other forested areas for applicant species. The habitat's kind of degraded. Again, the water quality is not great. So, but again, without the spring site visits, I guess we can't rule it out.
Okay, just curious. That's all I have.
Okay. Daniel Popovic.
I have no current questions. I think a site visit would be warranted.
Okay, thank you. Mark Simpson?
Slow on the switch here. Yes, a site visit would be definitely beneficial and no questions at this time.
Okay, Alana?
I have no questions and site visit would be useful.
Okay. Um, I thought a couple other questions. Are these going to be full basement units or on slab?
Slab on grade.
Slab on grade, okay. And are they 2 levels, 3 levels? The building, the overall building.
I don't
Ben
know
Tripp?
offhand.
I can speak to that. This is
There
Ben
you go.
Tripp,
Thank you.
Metro Realty. So I don't know if you zoom out so I can just see exactly which buildings are lettered as which. 4 of the 5 buildings are 2-story buildings. So building, what's that? B, C, D, and E are all 2-story. And then building A is a 3-story building.
Okay. And we seem to be mostly concerned, if we were to do a site walk, could you have somebody, depending on if it's in the pavement or on the grass, mark off like the corners of building B and building C?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those will be easy because we can use existing pavement as
As a guide.
as a guide. But depending on when the site walk is and weather conditions, I can certainly do our best to get actual stakes
Okay.
out there for precise locations.
Okay. Well, yeah, precise more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce,
And
do
I
you
can
have
also bring a
anything
handheld
else?
GPS if we need it.
Yeah. Bruce, do you have anything else that you think would be good for the site walk or?
No, I mean, I think are any of these wetland flags still out there? Did
Yeah,
SLR
they were
flag them
just
at all?
picked up. Yeah, we resurveyed just I'd say 3 or 4 weeks ago, and those were picked up on that survey. So
Okay, good. So those will be there for our site visit.
Okay.
yes.
Right. And then we'll probably want to maybe look at this wetland and maybe even this pipe outlet too. So
Mhm.
I'm not sure if there's access down to those. I'm not sure how to get down there. So we'll figure that out. I'm thinking those are the areas that I want to look at.
Since everything is feeding into that, what is it, an 18-inch RC pipe? Or you could do examination of that pipe or inspection
Yes.
of that pipe? Yeah.
Yeah, we call for a TV inspection to be performed in the pipe to see if there's any degradation, but we anticipate that it's functioning as proper due to it still discharging water at
Yeah.
the low end.
Yeah, RC pipe lasts a long time.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So seems like everybody wants a site walk, so let's chair entertain a motion to accept the application.
So moved by Dave.
Okay. And second, please.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to accept the application. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. All right, so Bruce, you'll work with us to we'll determine significance after the site walk.
Mhm.
And Bruce, you'll work with us to come up with a date.
Yep. If you don't mind, while the applicant's even here, we're all in here, a quick question.
Sure.
Our next meeting is 2026 it's gonna be January 7th. I'm not sure what everyone's schedules are. Christmas is only a couple weeks away or 3 weeks away, so are we gonna try to jam this in before Christmas or do we want to wait till after the new year? Give me a kind of a direction. If I can get some kind of heads up by people, that'd be great. Because weekends are probably filling up pretty quick already. So. Does anyone have a preference? How about that?
Um, I'm looking at a calendar, 1 minute. I am on vacation, like up to January 3rd.
Okay.
Suppose I could do January 4th.
Hmm.
Or I don't, what do people have? Uh, I don't have anything on the 13th or the 20th.
All right, I'll put an email out. I mean, I just was hoping it's on getting some kind of
Yeah.
um idea together. I'll send out some emails. If anyone, just because of the shortness and the timing, if everyone could just get back to me as soon as possible, I'll
Yeah,
send
and
those out.
Bruce, this is Ben. We'll make,
Yep.
obviously the earlier the better for the applicant, so we'll make whatever we can.
Okay.
We'll make it available.
All right. Thanks. So I'll send that out probably in the morning. So if everyone can just get back to me really quick so I can get this kind of wrapped up and get everyone
Okay.
all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Good presentation.
Thank you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful evening.
You
Thank
too.
you.
All right. Old business, cease and desist.
All right. Spoke with Brianna, the owner, was it Monday or Tuesday? And she mentioned that she has contracted with Hodge Surveying. Unfortunately, I mean, Hodge has they're going to do some surveying for her as well as they have a wetland scientist that they use. So they're working with them. So hopefully they can get this thing working and going. So it is still moving in a positive direction. So
Okay.
all right.
All right. Is there any other business? Okay.
No.
Planners report.
Nothing.
Okay. Then Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the November 5th Inland Wetlands Commission meeting.
Move, Mark.
Second,
Okay, one
Dave.
second, please. Moved and seconded to approve the minutes of November 5th. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. And we need a motion to approve the minutes of the November 22nd inland sidewalk meeting. Chair entertain a motion. Someone.
Anybody who's at the site walk can do that.
So
And I'll
moved.
make. Good. I'll second.
Okay, motion been made and seconded.
Who did I get? I got Andre for the motion, and who seconded it?
I had made the motion and Andre
Oh.
seconded it.
Gotcha. Sorry about that. Your mic cut off. So thank you.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain?
Dave abstains.
Rich
Okay.
abstained.
Okay. Motion passes. Okay, if there's nothing else, we will adjourn the meeting at 9:25. And go right to our conservation. Call the meeting order 9:26. Any news business?
No,
Any planners report?
nothing on those.
Okay. Did anybody from the town go to that, whatever, that state inland wetlands commission thing?
No, because that was you talk about the annual
Yeah, the
meeting?
annual meeting.
No, because we were late. Remember, no one, I think I
Yeah.
think the only one that wanted to go was you towards the end, and then we found out at that point that it was
It
full.
was filled, yeah. Who knew? Okay. Uh, Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of November 5th, Conservation Commission.
So moved by Dave.
Second by Rich.
All right, motion been made and second to approve the minutes. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Okay, well, it was a long one. Thank you very much, people, for your time and efforts. Appreciate it. And we'll see you in a month. Have a great holiday to everybody.
You as
Thank
well.
you.
All right.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yep. If
All
I don't see
right.
anyone, have a great Christmas and a great New Year, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
Take
We're
care.
adjourned.